Look at that happy doggy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Wait. Did this show number right? What's the last show? Oh, crap. Oh, that's going to bother me now. What was my last show number? Was that 453 or was that 452? Oh. Come on. Yes, my channel. Yep. I did 453 twice. We're in episode 454. So we should probably fix that before we get yelled at by the rest of you for having that wrong. Episode number 454 of Houston, we have a problem. And we're feeling good today, aren't we? We saw it coming. We called the gamma 2 weeks ago, 2 Fridays ago. 4 million shares in the options chain went in the money. It caused that Monday to see 40 million volume, 10 times the normal volume, right? This Friday, 8 million shares went in the money. That caused a volume today of 175 million shares. That's like what? 58% of the total shares outstanding for GameStop. That's nuts. And at one point this morning, every single solitary option was in the money when the stock went to $36. Options chain only goes $34 for these monthlies this Friday. If the stock stays above $34 by the close Friday, 20 million shares go in the money for GameStop. This is what happened in January 2021. The monthlies, or actually the yearly leaps, all went in the money because the stock was at $60 or whatever. And that pushed that following week's gamma to shoot it up to 400 and whatever dollars, 480, the peak before they shut the buy button off. My personal belief is if by Wednesday the stock is still above $25, the options dudes are freaking out, and there's going to be a gamma ramp going into Friday that's going to be epic. There are no shares left to borrow. The only shorting that's happening is naked. We've got the cat system coming online. Everyone's kind of probably looking at the cat system going, where are people getting the shares from? Like, seriously, where were the 175 million shares from today? That's just nuts. There aren't that many shares in the float. Like, so things are spectacular. I'm feeling really good right now. I'm just, comfortable, lounging, cracking some knuckles. How are you guys feeling? Feeling good? Feeling good about everything? I got to see the aurora on Friday, and that was wonderful. Although I was still really pissed off about it because, we've discussed in here, I'm an astronomy professor. I spent my entire life hoping to see an aurora, and every single time it comes, it's either cloudy or never actually arrives. And I was like, oh my God, G4, G5 storm. I'm going to Fayetteville State Park. Actually, it's City Park now. It used to be State Park. Because it faces north, unobstructed views, looking towards Canada. I'll be able to see the aurora. Get down there, and the camp host is like screaming and yelling at everyone, threatening to like call the cops, and I'm put in jail for trespassing. And oh man. So like my experience of watching the aurora was basically listening to this guy screaming and yelling at people, him trying to get everybody arrested, while I'm trying to enjoy like the most beautiful, spectacular event I've ever seen in my life. But it was a good omen. Portents? What would it be? A good omen for today. Oh man, last night I think Robinhood is regretting that 24-hour market they created for GameStop, because last night it was just kept going, and their third-party contractor who facilitates those trades ran out of shares around 10 p.m. last night, 11 p.m. and but by this morning it was rocketing again, opened well above $30. Things were just so delicious. So burgers. Oh, that was not burgers. Burgers nighttime. That's right. Burgers nighttime.
Houston, we have a problem.
And turn it off. Turn it off, Houston. Turn it off. Jiga Shukla, DFV is back. DFV is back, and he is tweeting up a storm. The rumor mill is that he and some friends, moneyed individuals, saw that the options market had way too many naked options. And so they basically dumped a bunch of money into these options and are buying shares like crazy, pushing the stock price up, sending all those options to the money, and making a runaway gamma train. So the gamma train is rocking and rolling. But yeah, it's so delicious right now. And Matt Newton, I know shit about options. HW, is it too late to buy anything that would make sense? Effing DFV coming back on my cake day. Yo, simulation confirmed. It's how I'm thinking about it is I got like 6 contracts. I've got some 18s, 20, 24, and 34. And everything except the 34s are currently in the money. 34s are for next week. The rest of them are weeklies for this week. I wouldn't doubt if they try to scrape something together and do some pushing down of the stock. But I think we're still gamma. We still got some gamma going tomorrow. If we see any big push, it'll probably be a big push down by shorts, probably be in the afternoon tomorrow to try to make sure there's a low opening price on Wednesday. So I may, if we get another good push tomorrow, I may roll over and look for options a little bit further out at a little bit higher price, and see how that works. But regardless, if we're above $34 on Friday, I am buying weeklies for the following week before close on Friday and getting as many as humanly possible. Pretty much any price. I don't care what strike price it is. I have a feeling that this is the type of situation where the stock can go into the hundreds sometime next week, if not this week. The options dudes are toast. I think we'll start seeing hedge funds get vaporized unless they turn off the buy button. There's nothing they can do to stop this juggernaut at the moment. I know that computer share was down, E-Trade was down, and wasn't there one other that was down and no one could access their accounts? So this is what happened in the market today when a huge portion of people could not participate at all because their brokers were all down. So it's pretty wild. I mean, we're almost volume levels from the sneeze. I think the peak was 190 million shares traded, which was, more than 3 times the actual shares outstanding back then. Today we're at 175 million, which is more than half of the total shares outstanding. And I think if those 20 million shares go in the money on Friday, we'll see volumes unlike anything we've ever seen on Monday. They don't have the shares. They don't have them. And the only way they can get them is by paying top dollar. And the market maker codes coming out today, there weren't too many market maker codes of the 1,000, which is like, don't let it go any higher. There was a lot of, I need shares. Like I'm in trouble. There's 200s, 600s, and 900s, I think. Oh crap, I can't remember my codes. I have to look at the codes again. Because 1,000 is don't let it run. Market maker code list. There we go. Here we go. All right. Okay. So 100, I need shares. So there were lots of 100s. 200s, I need shares badly, but don't take the stock down. There's lots of those. I didn't see too many 300s. Take it, or I'm taking the stock down at least 30%. I can load shares. There weren't those because they can't take it down. Didn't see any 400s. I did see some 500s come up. I didn't really see 505s. I'm short on shares. Didn't see 600s, didn't see 700s. I did see 800s prepare for an increase in trading volume, which happened a lot. I did see some 900s allow the stock to float and trade freely. I did see some 1000s, but I saw a lot of 2100s of let it run. And I wonder if we've got some moneyed individuals, DFV and others that might be behind this. I do wonder if they're buying at 2100s. Like, hey man, let it run. And all the algorithm computers are like, oh, okay. There's also Rule 10b-18, which allows for stock buybacks from the company to happen As long as they don't do more than 25% of the volume in a single trading day. What are the rules? And it's all through one broker. They can't do it through multiple brokerages. So GameStop may be dropping $100 million in doing stock buybacks and reducing the float today. That might have been happening. There's people posting some stuff from some Bloomberg terminals showing that could be the case. So yeah. And Matt Newton, new IEP 8K just dropped. Oh, the daytime one from last week was still on. Check that, you stupid Houston. Now it's off. Golly, monkey. Even the best day still has its drawbacks, huh? All right. Sleepy dog can't be bothered with anything. So, new IEP 8K just dropped. IEP 8K. May 13th. What do you got? It's probably going to be 900 pages of teeny tiny little writing. Okay, IK Enterprises. Oh, nope. It's one page. Issued a press release announcing it together with IK Enterprises Finance Corp. Together with IK Enterprises, the issuers intends to commence an offering of $500 million aggregate principal amount senior unsecured notes. Okay, so they're borrowing some money to probably make a play of some kind. Word noted. All right, well that's not exciting, but hey, see where they go from there. Speaking of lending, China just sold like 180 billion dollars in bonds. They were like, oh, look out, here it comes. I don't think banks want to buy bonds from China in any capacity at the moment. They're getting burned on commercial bonds, especially real estate. Hundreds of billions are going unpaid. They're getting burned on municipal bonds in China. Trillions are going unpaid. They don't really talk about that, but trillions of dollars in municipal bonds. Municipal bonds are illegal in China, but the government just kind of looked the other way so that all these communities could build train stations and roads and things like that. And the municipalities aren't paying them back. So if you are an individual who like, I'm going to go get some Chinese bonds, you're not getting paid back. So, you know, they're announcing their bonds same time as the U.S. is announcing the bidding on their own. And if I were an investor, I'd rather get bonds from the U.S. than from China at this point. But hey, you know, people can put their money where they put their money. So, okay. Scott Pollen, I love that for the last 2 years, Houston preached DRS killed volatility. Maybe you owe us an apology there, buddy. Well, I mean, having the first volatility since August 2022 is, I mean, kind of, I'm right. Options are what's causing the volatility right now. It is straight up option central causing it. In Lost Waves, let's effing go. Lost Waves, should we be averaging down at MMAT right now? I mean, it looks like somebody's buying MMAT. Someone bought like 31% of the company. To be honest, I'm focused on what's happening with GameStop at the moment, and my brain isn't allowing me to really look at anything else. So, yeah. So, Barther, anyone buy GME today? I think a lot of options writers bought GME today. And Lost Waves says, yes, the kitty's back. Scott Pollen, could it be you're not actually qualified to make those statements because you're not licensed, nor have you ever worked in finance? Scott. Seriously, dude. Is the options chain is what's doing it right now. DRS has nothing to do with the volatility that's going on. And since the DRS push happened, we've had almost no volatility. That is a correlation that is seen across the board. Right now, the stock at $30 makes it $120 pre-split, which is about what the average was during the period of volatility. That's kind of where it bottomed out. It was like 100, 120. And we're finally like back to that point. So see where it goes after this. Sir Barther, I seriously can't believe he's back. Mind blown. Talking about DFE. Yeah, Roaring Kitty. I have a feeling Roaring Kitty was involved in some lawsuits and his lawyers were like, don't do anything. And so he didn't. And the fact that he's back makes me think that lawsuits are done. He's got piles of cash, and he's ready to rock. See what we got to do with Nub. Jimmy buying back shares and playing options too. That also might be happening. I personally have a feeling that Ryan Cohen and DFV probably know each other. That they may have participated together in Reddit back in the day. And that the reason why Ryan Cohen originally bought into GameStop is because DFV was like, hey man, buy into GameStop. That's my personal feeling, is that those two guys know each other, and they've discussed these things for years. And that's what I think is happening right now. Scott Paulin says, anywho, hello from Italy. GameStop Milan looking dope. All right. Laza, the time for lurking is over. DFV is back. And Low B is doing some lurker fishing. Jason Blackwell got gifted. But he's not a lurker. Lee Meadows, Kevin Ranin, Olga Natsawatsky, A Passing Cloud, Avocados, Martin Weiss, Sven Saxony, Justin Walden, and Code Red K. We got two of them, at least two lurkers in there. But all right, some well-deserved participants are getting some monthly memberships. So thank you, Low B. All right. Where am I? Zoom got do with Nub. Rule 10B 18 on Bloomberg Terminal. Yep. Kelly Reed, The Dead. Wait. Kelly, I think I missed the first part of your comment there. Heard Chinese officials sell 140 billion long-term bonds. Looks like banks will be struggling sooner than expected. Oh, yes. I also believe DFE interpretation is hedgies are on a standoff to see who closes their shorts first. DFE says it doesn't matter anymore because if they wait, they're all effed. What time to be alive? Is it factory? Real question is, when does AA start diluting AMC? My guess is he probably started doing that today. I mean, it's up. AMC's rising with the basket, so that's fantastic. But it's still down 88% on the year. So it got a long ways to go. And Adam Aaron, anytime there's movement, he's going to dump shares in the market. And he's got, several hundred million more that he can do in this iteration before he's going to ask for another billion shares that he can sell on the market. So it's coming. Copy paste. William Morgan, AMC up 78.35%. Copy and paste. GME up 74.4%. And it was up 110 at one point. Chris Taylor's here. Copy and paste also says NSAV up 1,000% in 6 months. Which one's NSAV? NSAV stars. Net Savings Link Incorporated up 23% today. Yeah, it was okay. I've never heard of these people, but it's up to a penny. All right. Chris Taylor averaged up a little today. Anyone? Brandon Wells is here. Chris Taylor. Is Adam going to spill the popcorn now? Maybe. Michael O'Hara, he used to start eyeing the Martinellis. Believe me, I was considering breaking it out today, but not quite yet. If we close, it'll be a Martinelli's excuse on Friday if we close above $34. If we close above $34 on Friday, that will be a Kraken Martinelli's type situation, because that means next week is going to be amazing. So, yeah. Cue the Adam Aaron dilution intro. I am Adam Aaron. This is Jackass. Tom Zaki, Houston. How are your options? You still have those weeklies? I still have those weeklies. I've got, what do I have? I've got, I think, 3 18s, a 20, a 24, and a 34. So I got 6 of them at the moment. And I might roll those over tomorrow. It depends on what it does tomorrow. We'll see. But definitely, I will be, if the stock finishes $30 higher by Friday, I will be getting a hell of a lot of weekly options for next week before close on Friday, as many as humanly possible. Chris Taylor, I think DFE chat lurker want to be a problem solver. Fish him out. Do you care? There, Roaring Kitty. Are you here? What's your call sign on YouTube? G-Font, I think it's fair to say today was targeted, planned out, and not a coincidence. It's OPEX week. I can imagine DFE posting until Friday to give drama. It'll be interesting to see. I'll be interested how the mechanics play out. Can't read. Yeah. This week is going to be wild. And again, keep those fingers crossed for at least $25 on Wednesday to shoot for above 30 on Friday. Shall we look at the options chain again? Sometimes we've got to look at the options chain and just touch ourselves. So GME options chain. Undo your nipple flaps and let's look at this thing. All right, so open interest. Where it gets interesting is the $12. That's where somebody like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks ago spent $1 million on $12 options. They are in the money by a lot. I think they spent around $1.40 and now it's $18.40. So they're up 10x, more than 10x on those suckers. So fantastic. The next level is the 15s. There's 23,000 of those. Those are in the money. Next big one is 17s, 18,000. Those are in the money. Next big ones are 20s, 27,000, almost 28,000. Those are in the money. The next big one is 25. Those are in the money, 26,000. And then 30s, which are in the money at 41,000. So there's a lot here. Let me just look back at the math again. And so there's a 42, 3, 4, 60, 70, 1, 3, 76, 7, 8, 9, 10, 80. That'd be 107, 8, 111, 12, 117, 18, 135, 6, 42, 44, 67, 68, 69, 73, 70, or 75, 76, 77, 70, 83, 90, 86, 206, 207, 222, 230. So about 230,000 options are in the money right now, and we can put another 20,000 or so in, 16,000. So that's 22 million shares currently in the money for next week. So remember, closing 2 Fridays ago gave us 4 million shares in the money. That caused a volume of 40 million. This Friday, 8 million went in the money. That gave us a volume of 175 million. If 22 million shares go in the money, we might be looking at a volume of 1 billion shares by Monday. That's crazy. It seems to be a logarithmic relationship in this case. So, just bonkers, man. My mind's trying to wrap its brain around this. But yeah, we're gonna get some crazy volatility. Okay, where was I? G-Font. That was I missed. Where did that go? I just lost my chat. Past that. Back up. Oh, okay. That was G-Font's question, right? OPEX week, drive gamma. We did that. And Chris Taylor agreed. GME up on return of DFE narrative is pure theater and total BS. No, it was going to go up anyway, but him coming back into Twitter is adding a whole bunch of warm fuzzies for everybody. It's the second coming of Jesus. Like, the apocalypse is upon us, guys. So here we go. How long do you think Kitty sat on these videos he made? I think he's been editing videos for the last 3 years. He's got so many that he's spliced together and edited. He's probably got a team of people now that he can pay to do that for him. But yeah, he's got a lot of these videos. He's probably file full, entire hard drives full of them he's put together. Scott Pownell says G-Font Bloomberg terminal showing GME started a share buyback today. I think it's all perfectly timed. Is it factor how many shares are you off from your 1K goal? I am so close. I mean, if I were to sell all my options today, I could easily pass it right now. Yeah, I'm almost there. Caveman Houston, tomorrow's my wife's birthday. Can you wish a happy birthday? She's Danelle, the one that sent you the monkey butt Batman Super Batman shirt. You still have that shirt? I do. It's right there. Maybe we'll wear that for Wednesday. A good shirt for Wednesday. Danelle, happy birthday. Thank you for the shirt. Chris Taylor, thanks for starting at 5:30 today. Waiting till 6 would have killed me. Keith Booth, finally I'm not driving when the show starts. A simp for asymptotes. Max Payne this week is $12. Holy guaca gamma moly. I mean, you can only get so erect, right? I mean, all the blood is draining from my brain as it is right now. Sad boy. I bought 50 $40 calls expiring June 21, 2024 for roughly $30,000. I think we will see $50 by the end of next week. If we can stay above $25 by the end of this week, thoughts? Yeah, I personally think by Friday we'll be above $30 for sure, and we'll remain there. They might hammer it down a little bit, but if we're above 25 by Wednesday, fireworks. So many options are in the money, just a ridiculous amount. I mean, even if we don't count, we go back down 25. We're still at about 190,000 options in the money if we go down $25 by Friday, which just means probably orders of magnitude more volume on Monday than we had this week today. So it's gonna be all over the news again. You're gonna start getting FOMO from like the normies on Facebook and Instagram and everything else. Those guys will be jumping back in again. The FOMO is going to be real. Tom Zock, GME still climbing after hours. Where are we? Haven't looked in an hour. 33.59. So we're up $3 after hours. Not too shabby. 10% after hours. Sexy. Okay, so we are 30s now. It's 33.78. So we're about to push every single call option for Friday into the money after hours today. 33.80. It's still going. Oh my goodness. What's the where are the volumes happening right now? Give it to me. There's still, I mean, it's after hours. We're still seeing 50,000, 100,000 the candlesticks after hours. That's a lot of trading after hours going on. And 33.82. Goodness gracious. So, man, Tom Zock, man, woo. Is it factory? The blood stays on the knife vid from Roaring Kitty was confusing. Any insights in that video? They're going to war. That was from Gangs of New York, right? So it's a whole bunch of they're going to war, and that's what I think DFE was alluding to today. Martin's got his rocket ships. Dmitry Maximov bought extra watches from Wish in preparation of the watch band kit you sent. My watch collection is now double what it was originally, worth $20. Ballin'. Excellent. And I do think there's some watches in this group for this coming Friday or this coming Cherry Tuesdays. Sadboy Incorporated, DFE likely had a 3-year gag order from the SEC. That's why he posted a video of a cat waking up. I wouldn't doubt. Yeah, he probably had lawsuits and gag orders and all sorts of stuff coming his way. But now he's ready to rock and roll. None of them off. Man, it's so unfair. I used all my cash on earnings, and now it chooses to go gangbusters. Yeah. But man, if I'd been allowed to at least get the puts portion of my earnings play, I would have like 100 call options right now. Anyway. To reach Maximoff, is there a chance it's not DFV and just a play by the powers to have someone to blame? Seeing how it's already in the news, he's responsible for the spike. I mean, they'll try to blame him, but remember, if these prices stay up here, these hedge funds are going to start falling. And if they start falling, well, they're going to have no one to blame but themselves. And it'll be, oh, this hedge fund collapsed, which caused this hedge fund to collapse, which caused this hedge fund to collapse. And yeah, they'll try to make the narrative that it's DFV and us stupid Redditors and things like that. But in reality, it's just rock and roll, man. We're rocking and rolling, and they're losing at the moment. It feels really good. Don says, shade him, bro. I'm geeked. I'm happy today. It's great to see cohesion in retail again. I'm psyched about DFV. I'm finally optimistic. Good. Turn that frown upside down. Get the warm fuzzies back in there. Hey, monkey butt, where you going, dude? What are you ditching me? You ditching me? Huh? You know what? We should probably do a treat just because you're a good dog. And good dogs get treats, and it's a good day, so we're going to treat you up. We're going to treat you like a good dog. That's what we're going to do. Yes. Break that little brain off your skull. Oh, that's the sound you like, isn't it? Maybe in half an hour we'll do it all over again, because why not? It's a good day, right? You walked like 200 miles this weekend. Come here and get it. Come right there. All right. Gotta turn off the Nuggy stare so I can turn on the Jaws cam. All right. Good times. Good times all around. Calls on monkey butt happiness, right? Okay. Where was I? Feature Maxima, First Day Productions, sold 1 GME call this morning and bought another 80 IEP calls for January 25th. Whew. That's a lot of calls for January 25th. But, all right. Fred Lightsaber asked this on the sub, but what is it about the wrinkles in a brain that makes us smarter versus pure brain volume? Wrinkles is more surface area. So, and the more surface area you have, the more neurons you have. You can pack into that space, and that's all I know. I guess I don't have enough wrinkles to know more about neuroscience. I should probably call my friend Stephanie and have her explain it to us. She's a PhD neuroscience person. She knows more. I'm not an anatomy dude. I know the epidermis is the biggest organ. That's what I got anatomy wise. But yeah, the more wrinkles you have, the more neurons you have, because the more surface area you have. Animals that have smooth brains are dumb as rocks. Koalas are the dumbest animal in the universe. Their brain is smooth. I think beavers are pretty smooth. What else is kind of dumb? There's some dumb ones out there. And then I think like bug brains work a little differently. That they're kind of like octopus, and that like their whole creature is a brain. But yeah. Andrew Stewart, Houston, glad you finally got to see the Northern Lights. I was on a rig in Wyoming in the middle of nowhere, but they really go off hard here. If I was somewhere where there wasn't light pollution, it would have been even better. It took about 10, 15 minutes for my night vision to come in, and I could start seeing the colors. When I first got to the park, everything was just kind of like gray wisps, like clouds. And then about 15 minutes in, I started seeing the green and the red. And if you guys don't know, I mean, I've kind of explained this in the past. So the sun is a big ball. It's a big charged ball. It's got a huge magnetic field. And once every 11 years, it has a north and a south pole. And then because it's gas and not solid, as it rotates, different latitudes rotate different speeds. And the plasma gets all twisted up. which starts forming all these other little north and south poles all over the surface of the sun. And those are the sunspots you see. They're like little dark dots where the atmosphere is kind of blown out, so it looks a little cooler, so it looks dark. And you can see them right now. You can use your glasses, look at the sun. You can actually see a really giant sunspot, which is the one that which sent this northern lights to us. And you'll get these big bands of charged particles going between the north and south poles. And north and south are attracted to each other. If you ever play with a magnet, right? So as the sun's kind of twisting itself up as it rotates, these holes are getting closer and closer and closer, and they touch. And when they touch, it neutralizes the two little poles, which then cuts off the stream of charged particles, and they fly out at a tangent and happen to be pointing towards Earth and again flying towards us. So you've got this giant mass of charged particles flying from the sun at millions of miles an hour, then hits the Earth's magnetic field, and as it enters the atmosphere, it gets pulled down to the north and south poles, and these charged particles hit nitrogen atoms and oxygen atoms in the atmosphere. And when there's a boatload of them, when it's really big, you will get reds and you will get purples. And the reds are from super high altitude oxygen. I'm talking like oxygen above 150 miles above the surface, where it's basically vacuum. So you got these random little particles up there, and these charged particles hit the oxygen atoms and then strip them of their electrons, and they light up. And then it comes through the atmosphere, hits the other oxygen atoms, and those light up. And then the nitrogen atoms, they're purple above 96 miles and blue below 96 miles. And so those get hit, stripped of electrons, and they light up. So what you're seeing is the magnetic field like take these things in, light up these molecules in our atmosphere, stripping them of electrons, and then they light up and glow beautiful. Usually you'll just kind of see green most auroras, but this was a really, really, really big one. It's the biggest one probably since the 70s. And yeah, and it's the biggest one of my lifetime for sure. I'm just so glad I finally got to see one. It was so pretty. And even Monkey was looking at it. She was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I don't know how much color she can see with her two little rods and cones she's got in her eyeballs, but yeah. Happy dog, right? Happy dog, right? Yeah, have a good time? Get up there. Get up there, you dog. That's right. All right. Okay, where am I? I did that. Okay. Hey, production, can you look at AMC volume? Why is it higher than float? Probably for the same reasons that because the XTF ETF is in the basket with GameStop, they're looking for shares, and so they're buying through the ETF like crazy. And depending on how many shares are in each ETF bit, you might see a lot of volume of AMC as a result. And you also might see Adam Aaron dumping 100 million, 200 million shares in the market because the price is getting good, so might as well dump them, right? So you'll see that. And Stuart Houston, what do you think about the U.S. propping up Japan so they don't dump a bunch of treasuries? I don't know how long we can do it for. I mean, Japan made this bed 30 years ago when they started offering negative bonds, right? So, doing a negative bond is when you borrow, right? Normally you get paid in the interest. So you buy bonds at whatever, and you get paid in this interest. Then there's negative bonds where if you lend people money, you pay them to borrow from you, which is insane. Normally you pay interest when you borrow, but they're so desperate that the banks were paying you to borrow money from them. So like it'd be like negative 1%. So let's say you borrowed $100 million, right? The bank would pay you 1% a year every year until that bond matured, and then you'd pay you the $100 million back. So let's say it's a 10-year bond, you get $1 million a year every year for 10 years, and then you owe them the $100 million back. So you what you can do is you can take that $100 million if you are investor, bank, whatever. Take that $100 million or 100 million yen, 100 kajillion yen, however it works out. You take that, you put it into a bank account, or you put it into a mutual fund, or you put it into S&P 500, and you're making 5 to 8% off of it, right? So you put it into investment, you're making 5 to 8%. You're making $5 to $8 million a year off that. That compounds, and maybe after 10 years, you're making like $12, $15 million a year off of it. And you've got, I don't know, $130, $140 million in that account, right? And you're getting $1 million a year from the Bank of Japan just to have the privilege of borrowing from them, right? So maybe you're at $150 million. And then the bond matures, you pay your $100 million back, and you got $50 million left over. It's pretty bonkers. Trump was trying to push, just before COVID, Trump was trying to push the Federal Reserve to do negative interest rates because he makes his living off of borrowing money and never paying it back, right? So how great would it be to borrow money, never pay it back, and get paid for the privilege of borrowing it? So he's pushing for that, and then COVID hit, and all hell broke loose and whatever. So yeah, Japan's been doing that for basically 30 years. They just finally started charging interest rate on borrowing, and they're hurting real bad. I'm not sure what can be done to help Japan. Their population is shrinking really fast. I think their currency probably needs to be devalued a little bit just so that their exports grow and are competitive with other countries in the region. But they don't have the population to manufacture like they once did. So I don't know how long the U.S. can keep up helping Japan. Japan may at one point dump treasuries, but right now they're making 8% off of it. So the Bank of Japan, I think, would rather hold on to U.S. treasuries than other forms of treasury that they're not making as much money on. So I don't know, the whole thing's messed up, and everything's going to crash at some point. Non-moth, happy birthday, Houston. What contracts would you look at on Wednesday and Friday? I mean, it depends on what option writers start writing, if they can write anything. They might be so doomed that none of them may be writing anything new. But I would be looking at stuff that's, I don't know, probably $2 to $10 above where it closes on Friday. But think about this. You know, let's say it's January 2021. You got some cash in your pocket. The stock closes at $45 on, I don't know, I can't remember exactly the timeline. Let's say it closed at $45 the Friday before the sneeze, right? And you've got $10,000 because you had some options from the week earlier. You managed to get out of it, and you're at $10,000. You can then buy, let's say at the $60 level, probably costs you $200 an option. So you can probably buy 50 options at the $60 level for the following Friday. And then the stock price went to $480 at one point. So that means you're doing $42,000 on every single solitary one of those things. So if we were to okay, to the calculator. Shboink. Turn off the Chrome. Turn on my calculator. Okay. So we got 50 options, right? You spent about $200 for each one, somewhere around there. So you spent $10,000 on them. This is just for weeklies. So by the time that thing goes to $480, sorry, which is $420 above your strike price, which means it's about $42,000 per option. You're in the money. So you're up $42,000 around there for those 50 contracts, and you're at $2.1 million for your $10,000 investment. That's January 2021. So if we're in that range, for whatever is around $2 for the following week above the current strikes, I that's where I'd be looking. I'd be looking to buy as many of those things as humanly possible. And that's what I'm going to do anyway. And hope that this is building up like it did January 2021, which I think it is, looking at the options chain. The fact that, I mean, we may have crossed $34. We crossed $34 after hours so far. Oh, no, they pushed it down a little bit. You got to 33.80, and then now it's sitting at 32.90. So, but the volumes are still pretty high for after hours. I mean, the volumes right now after hours are what the average volumes have been during normal trading days prior to this recent gamma ramp phase we're in. So, yeah, I mean, that's almost retirement money right there. That's a good chunk of change. That's definitely building a 4-wheel drive RV and taking some time off type money. So, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And you know, if it's like the sneeze and they turn off the buy button or weird things start happening, you know, buy a shitload of puts that are farther out. They're I think a couple weeks out, a month out, 2 months out. You got $2.1 million to play with. You can probably buy several thousand puts. Those several thousand puts will drop back down to a normal stock price level where people feel GameStop should be trading, and you'll probably make tens of thousands of dollars off each one of those things on the way back down. That's the beauty of gamma, or that's the beauty of volatility, is it's going to seesaw and it's going to just back and forth. So now we're back to that like T35 volatility and the FTDs. I'd be love to see what the FTD reports are going to say about the first half of May. I bet we'll see just insane numbers like we did in 2021. So, yeah, that's how I'm playing it. Boop. Okay. Julio. Jim Cramer, GME would be nuts not to authorize at the money sell program to raise cash and reinvent. Ha 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 ha. I mean, maybe if the price gets to $400 a share, they'll do that again. Because why not, right? Laza, happy birthday, Houston. If you haven't done so by this comment, can we watch all the DFV posts? Sure. Let me get to... Oh, fuck. I forgot. I gotta open it up in Mozilla for some reason. Twitter won't let me do crap in Chrome anymore. One sec. Opening in Mozilla. Waiting. Oops. Come on. You can do this. You can load. Come on, man. Who's your boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good little Mozilla? Come on. Oh crap! I gotta. Because this two-factor authorization stuff just pisses me off. Okay. Okay. Let's look at Roaring Kitty. Come on, internet. Just do your thing, man. Do your thing, man. Do it. Come on. Oh, come on. You can search. What is going on? Oh my gosh. We can watch these videos as soon as the internet works. Come on. Jeez, my knees. Maybe we can't. Let's So apparently, Twitter's search is broken. Surprise, surprise. And I can't type in Roaring Kitty. Because my account's been suspended, I technically don't follow anyone anymore. And I have no feed. So there's nothing I can look at. Come on. Come on. Well, you have to go to, I think people posted them to the subreddit, so you may have to go there to look at them. Or just go to Twitter yourself. Because I search is broken. I can't search for anything on Twitter at the moment. So, that's what we got. Yay. Yay, Elon. You just rock and roll, my man. Doing a fantastic job. Chris Taylor's got his rocket ships. Olga Natswatsky. Houston. Pretty funny media used DFV tweet as reason for this pump. This market is lame. It's true. I mean, before he did this, 2 weeks ago, he did a show talking about the gamma ramp that was happening. We're going to experience the gamma squeeze, and here we are. We are in the middle of it, and it's just getting started. It's going to be so brutal if this thing finishes above $34 on Friday. Absolutely apocalyptic for the hedge funds. I wouldn't doubt if we see the price back in the hundreds if this thing finishes above $34 on Friday. Easily. Hundreds. And remember, if it gets to, $90, then that is the equivalent of all-time high, basically. Because that was intraday all-time high at 480, which is, a lot. No, sorry, I did my math wrong. But 220, sorry, 120, 110. 110 will be the equivalent of intraday high. 90 is about the closing high that they've ever had. So I think we can get there with this current gamma ramp that's going on. Old Thunders, whoop whoop. Almost broke even on my GME. It's happening. Kevin Reinen, happy birthday, Houston. Be a hell of a time this week or next for the former BBY and Sears to reemerge. Oh, wouldn't that be beautiful? To have one or both or all of them to go, and we're back. And we're part of this giant umbrella corporation now. And we're going to take over the world. Here's our shares back, everybody. Where am I? Bex, so glad you got to see the Northern Lights on your birthday. Fingers crossed Jimmy finally flies. Passing Cloud got 30 GME call credit spread for 5K today. Great way to get along and avoid the volatility premium. Nice. Phil Yup Tang says soon May 22nd rocket. Wouldn't that be great? For it to rocket, May 22nd is when I finally get my car inspected by Washington State Patrol and I can legally be allowed to drive my sweet little BMW convertible. So that'd be a great day. It'd be fantastic. Don't you think so, Fat Cat? You little floor loaf, you? Yeah, you want to go on a convertible ride? Would that be fun? All right. Liberty Bibbity, Houston White AMC go up 100% today because they're part of the same basket GME's in right now. Olga Natswatsky. Natsowski. I kept saying Natswatsky. Natsowski. So much hype again. They need liquidity and FOMO is in full effect. Oh, FOMO is going to be, if they finish up high this Friday, FOMO next week will be insane. Because you'll start seeing, randos on social media, on Twitter and Facebook and stuff being like, I'll buy some more GME this week. And we're going to see it happen all over again. It's the sequel. The sequel is going to gross more money than the original film did. Chris Taylor, shit ton of halts here. There's like nine halts today. 10 halts, there's no doubt. Danny Motes, Houston, happy birthday. This volatility will be my pre-workout for the gym. Do you have that feeling? Oh man, my insides are full of like cuddly kittens right now. They're just all purring and nuzzling and like brrr. That's what's happening. That's what I am 100 kittens in a trench coat at the moment. So yes. Chico Rico, love Houston. What would a Chad Houstonites ideal portfolio look like? Did you ask that one already? The chat portfolio is literally take chunks of money you have, right, every week, whether it's $50, $200, $500, whatever, and put a chunk of that into index funds and just forget about it. Dividend stocks, dividend index funds, just do that. Just put that in there, have it go from your paycheck, have it be automatically deducted from your account, whatever you can afford. Put that in there week after week, every week for the rest of your life, right? Just do that. Just forget about it. Just assume that you will not, let's say it's $200 a week, which is about what I put in. Just assume that those $800 a month, you just don't earn that. It just disappears out of sight, out of mind. You don't have to look at it. And at some point in the future, you look at it and go, holy shit, I'm retired. On my side, what I talk about on the show are the fun stuff. This is my entertainment. This is my entertainment expense. The money I put towards these things. My options plays, my stocks that are gambles for long term, things like that. So yeah, I've got my GMG. I've got my No Labs. Those are my. MenMat was one of my long terms, but it looks like they got fully destroyed by Uzi, and it'll take a long time for me to feel centered on that one. Definitely GameStop, Bed Bath and Beyond. Who else do I have in there? I had Root for a while, and I sold that because I needed money at the moment, and I should never have sold that one. Be Big didn't work out. Again, sometimes those insiders, man, they torpedo these companies because they're probably paid to torpedo these companies. And if you're looking for these retail plays where everyone's going to gang together and take on the masters of the universe, if the masters of the universe don't get booted from their roles, these companies, then they're going to win. And that happens. Be Big was one of those companies. But that's why I've got my set it and forget it index fund accounts. It doesn't. You can go like Vanguard or whatever and just pick 5 of them and just be like split amongst these. That's what I have to do. And they'll earn anywhere from 4 to 8% in interest or annuities year over year, and you just put it in there and forget it. I have been thinking about adding big dividend stocks like IEP to that because it's paying 25%, and I'm not too concerned that they're going to go belly up anytime soon. So I might add those in there and then pick up, a couple of those every week. But yeah, that's what I do. Scott Paulin, no apology, bro. You're acting like a coward. Scott, for 2 years, there's been no volatility. And for 2 years, people have been pushing the DRS thing. There's been no volatility. The volatility that's happening is not because of DRS, it's happening because of options. That's why you're seeing volatility right now. Pure and simple. Options, 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 options. Yeah, the cat that roars sometimes. Let's go. Morant's the truth hammer is correct, baby. No, Morant sucks. Everyone can see the gamma ramp coming, man. But he sucks at everything else. And he's an asshole. And just rubs me the wrong way. And I really don't like that guy. Ghost Host. Fact is, AMC has the same setup as the June 21 run-up. Float size, short interest, chart setup, even the dilution. Adam Aaron was diluting before the January sneeze. It's true. But he wasn't... the January sneeze in 2021, the dilution was from convertible bonds. 300 million of those became shares and got dumped in the market. So it took it from $25 down to $5. And they diluted a couple more times to short hedge funds leading up to that. But he's got the ability to dilute probably 2 to 3 times the float still. And every time the stock price sees any jump, he just dumps shares on the market and drops right back down again. So, maybe it'll come. Maybe we'll ride along in the GME wave. Confidence Homer, have any of the DRS shareholders realized you can't sell quickly if this rockets? I think they know that. I think most people in DRS, well, not most, a lot of people in DRS are considered their infinity pool. They put a bunch in there and they're just never going to sell them. And they're going to use it as sort of ballast. And then they got stuff in their other accounts that they will sell when the time's right. Avocados AP just posted about DFV. It's coming, man. You're going to start seeing the normies who never think about this stuff suddenly be like, oh, how to open a Robinhood account again? And they'll be right back in it. Kevin Rand, E-Trade was trying to shut me out of, but the E-Trade Pro app worked, and everything I did was then reflected in the regular E-Trade app too. Ah, there's your little runaround. Coffee doesn't homer, like DFE had anything to do with volume today. No, the volume was pure options market stuff. And looks like stock buybacks by GameStop. Entity, how long before SEC opens investigation to Pulte and Andrew Tate after the GME hype brain today? I mean, they can do a Pulte. Andrew Tate is a foreigner in a foreign country, so it won't do them much good. But yeah, Andrew Tate was like, I'm buying $1 million in shares, baby. And then he, I don't know, punched a prostitute in the face or something, whatever it is he does with his life. Tom Ellis, you see AMC running higher tomorrow? If GameStop runs higher, yeah, it'll run higher. Okay, the moass going to take a while, in my opinion. We're on the winning side. Just got to see who folds first. And there's the second intro. Oh, dang it. EJB and Indy. Weren't the Archegos swaps due today? Plus, his trial started, so eyes are on it. Yes. Apparently, a bunch of those swaps expired today. They're now UBS swaps. I have no idea if there's any with Nomura, because they're the other ones that were late to the party when it came time to try to close out his positions. Yeah, I think we're in a perfect storm. We've got OPEX, we've got Gamma, we've got, all the merger acquisition talk, we've got stock buybacks happening, we've got the Archegos swaps expiring. I think those in the know were like targeted and looking at this one. Jason Blackwell, Houston, Dwayne Johnson challenged a pair of lesbians. I already knew the outcome because a rock always beats scissors. Oh my goodness. Looking for the dog and the cat to chuckle on that one. Where is it? After hours. Let's do a little after hours check here. Where are you? What's happening? Now, so at 32. So it bounced off of our goal, which is 34. Martin Weiss, this day was rather agreeable. I concur. Houston's volume's about to crack 500 in the first 15 minutes. I'm at 500. Holy crap. I'm at 500 viewers. I haven't been at 500 viewers in a while. I just need the 500 viewers for Charity Tuesday. You 500 viewers who are watching right now, you better be here Charity Tuesday. So we can raise, I don't know what charity this month's Charity Tuesday is going to be. But we're going to raise a bunch of money for some charity on Charity Tuesday, which is on the, I've already forgot, 28th? 28th. So you 500 viewers right now, Charity Tuesday, 28th. Mark it in your calendars. 2 p.m. Pacific on the 28th. Andrew Dowell says, I agree, DFV and Ryan Cohen are buddies. I think so. I think they know each other. Yeah. The Kid Crid. What is the official date of the CAT system goes online? I think the 31st of this month, unless they do some sort of pushback again. It was supposed to be like September of 21, and they pushed it back. And so, fingers crossed, it's the 31st this month. Green-Eyed Bandit Elixir. Green-Eyed Bandit Elixir. What's the explanation of AMC? Distraction? No, I think it's part of the basket still. That if they're short on these ETFs, they've got to buy the ETFs to make good because they're underwater on them. And as a result, it results in buys on AMC as a result. Oh, shoot. I missed Casey Chapman's super chat. Sorry, Casey Chapman. Will be epic if BBY emerges this week too. Wouldn't that be great for the court to announce, like, it's all over. Everyone's getting their shares back, and it's going to be $1 billion a share. And Crayon Green gifted 5 memberships. David Ishwit. There's one. A dog. N9, Mark Sloan, TJ, BNS. That was a good cast. That was at least 4 lurkers with one little 5 cast. Nice. Nice job. Nice job, Crane Green. That was man, you got to find good fishing holes sometime. Danny Motes, Houston. Remember last week when I said in my gut I thought this was a nothing burger? So glad I was wrong. Gamma, baby, you can't fight Gamma. When it comes, it just bukakis. That's what it does. EJB says Archegos UBS is buying after hours. That could be very possible as well because the volumes are still like 50,000 per candle, 100,000 per candle. Still at 3270. What are the candles doing? Candlesticks, 170, 180, 50, 60, 35. Yeah, so it's all between 50 and 170,000 shares swapping or trading during after hours in the candles. That's a lot. We're talking about millions of shares are trading right now after hours. That's bonkers. John C. Shadem, if this keeps going, we get rich, we'd have a Houston convention. Heck yeah. Where should we do it? Where would be a good spot, Monkey? That'd be somewhere good. Like where, I don't know, I'm trying to think of cool spots where people can gather and have a fantastic time. There's going to have to be a bounce house and a slip and slide, maybe in a water park or something. You guys want to go to a water park? Let's all go to a water park for Houston convention. Shillong Island also works. Maybe the Eye of Africa. We'll have one somewhere. We'll make it cool. Philip Tang. His reaction to Cohen getting involved seemed genuinely surprised. Oh, well, maybe he just read all of DFE's things. He's like, okay. And now since then, maybe they're friends. Brandon Wells, Houston, if GameStop moasses before BBYQ comes back, what happens to BBYQ? I think we get moass 2.0, personally. That those same banks that are like completely underwater and everything, those prime brokers, that's before buying GameStop and everything else, they'll have to do it all over again if BBYQ comes back. So you still have the liabilities are all sitting there. Laura Maria Yeoman Curis. Do you reckon this has something to do with this week PPI and etc. for picking this one and the market is going to crash as well? It could be part of that perfect storm. I mean, I think it has to do with whatever whale it is buying those options, combined with GameStop doing buybacks, combined with the Archegos swaps expiring, combined with DFV coming back, combined with the gamma squeeze. And you throw in the icing on the cake could be, inflation report and all that, and jobs reports coming in. There could be all sorts of little tentacles swirling around. We have ourselves some sort of superstorm that's going to eat every fisherman in the North Atlantic. So that's where I think we're going. Olga Natsowski, do you really think RC and DFV planned this after all this time? They could have, or they could both be coming to the same independent conclusions. Lisa saw even after GME 4-1 split, can it still run to the hundreds, like the IBKR chairman previously said? Yeah. The liability is there. They have so much liability. And those option writers are going to have to buy so many tens of millions of shares that, yeah. Myro, now do you believe in AMC? No, not until Adam Aaron is gone. I'll believe in AMC when they have a whole new board and there's no one on the board who's been part of multiple bankrupt companies. That's when I'll believe it. AMC is going to go way higher than GME. No. Remember, GME, the shorts are underwater at $16. So the shorts are losing money anytime GameStop is over $16, which is well over right now. AMC, the shorts don't lose money until AMC is over $230. So if AMC gets to $230 somehow, yeah, the shorts will be absolutely screwed. But they've got a long ways to go to get to that point. Right now, shorts are hurting and losing. They lost billions today. They are heavily underwater on GameStop at the moment. And so it's and they don't have the problem of a CEO who can dump hundreds of millions of shares at a moment's notice to keep the price from rocketing. If Adam Aaron had just like clenched his little butthole for the last 10 months and didn't sell any shares, the stock price would probably be at $30 or more, and it would be squeezing like crazy too. And then he could sell a very few shares and pay off all of his debt. He could sell the number of shares he sold already at $30 and pay off 100% of his debt and be cool. But he's the float's up 160% since he started this whole reverse split thing. Because that much is diluted, and that's not how you win. Jason Patterson, Wade, what's your crazy sales price for GME long shares? Probably start 6 figures, somewhere in there. I mean, I'll build my capital with playing with options and keep the shares until it goes absolutely nuts. Trace Spider, how much are you up on those 18s? At one point today, a lot. It's up almost $20, I think. Getting my app here. Those 18s. I bought at 230. And the high today was $20. So I was up $17.70 at one point. So $1,700 per one of those options, which is pretty nice. Sitting at what, $12.75? Still healthy. Up about 5x. Was up almost 10x at one point. So nice. Right? Nice. Tony Tran, will Robinhood and other brokers pull the buy button again and fuck us over? I don't know if Congress would like that very much. I think having to go in front of Congress for 3 separate giant, very public hearings, kind of let them know, like, this isn't cool. You're not going to do this again. They may do it, and they may face, loss of license, things like that might happen as a result. I think they've got to talk to their prime brokers and figure out a way to get through this without them having to do payment for order flow. My guess is that at this point they turn off payment for order flow when the volatility gets crazy high, and they just go straight lit exchange from that point forward, because they ran into trouble last time because the whole payment for order flow is someone puts in a buy at $100, and the payment for order flow Citadel guys, they look for it at $99.99. They make a penny off of it, and then they sell it to you for $100. Well, in that instant, usually they can find, those shares for a penny less, 2 pennies less, whatever. And what happened when the volatility got crazy in 2021 was that the payment for order flow guys put in a price $100. They go look instantaneously at their computers for once $99.99. Instead, they find them it's $110, and they lose $10 in every trade, and that starts eating up all of their margin and disappears. And that's why Robinhood's getting margin called, because every trade they were doing, they were losing 10% per trade because the stock was flying so high, so fast, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta turn it off." So they turned off their buy buttons. Everyone involved in Apex turned off their buy button because the payment for order flow doesn't work if there's crazy volatility up. It works fantastic when it's flat or there's crazy volatility down. Because then someone's like, I want to buy a share at $100. And they go and they find the share for $40. They're like, sweet, I just made a boatload of money on this. But on the way back up, they just lose like crazy. So my guess is that they probably, all the Apex dudes, Webull, Cash App, Robinhood, groups like that, is that if the volatility gets too crazy like today, they just turn off payment for order flow and just do straight lit exchange, just 1-for-1, and do it that way, and the bid ask spread, because they can't lose money like that, like they did in 2021. Latinum, you keep talking about DRS suppressing volatility, but you seem to... Oh crap, did it just reset? It did. One sec. Oh my goodness, you're so far away. Where are you? Latinum. Did I have so much that I missed it? Okay, we did NSAV. We did that one. We did worker pool. Okay, did that. Did I? I totally lost my spot. I cannot find out where I am. And it looks like I missed an entire chunk of chat somehow. 3, 2, 1 to the moon. What do you think about the most shorted stock? FFIE shorted at 95%. I know nothing about FFIE. So, Faraday Future Intellect Electric Incorporated. They are a penny stock. They're at 6 cents. They looks like they've done reverse splits like crazy. So in 2021, their stock price was $4,000. Looks like they've done reverse split after reverse split after reverse split after reverse split after reverse split. So when companies do lots of those reverse splits, they're in the debt spiral zone. I don't know if there's bouncing back from that. They're like Mullen. So Mullen's that on steroids. I think their shares were $21 million around that time. Confidence in Homer Japan should sell more A5 beef. Yes. Costs. Yes. Oh yes, Dick's halfway in. That's where we're supposed to go. Dick's halfway in. That's where we're having the meeting in Ozarks in Missouri. Raw. And Roland Houston, happy almost birthday. I'm still super down in AMC, like not even worth selling at this price. Do you think it will get anywhere close to where it was? If Adam Aaron doesn't dilute like crazy in the next 2 weeks, I think they can jump on the volatility train just because they're in the same ETF basket as GameStop, and cool things can happen. But I don't trust Adam Aaron not to dilute. That's the problem. And he's probably like itching at it at the moment. Sarah Lee Claw, super smart to separate yourself from Pulte today. Did spaces with freaking Andrew Tate. Yeah, I'm okay with using celebrity to get people's attention on these things. Cool. But I'm not cool with finding celebrities who are famous because they're giant pieces of shit. and then bring them like, how'd you make your money? I trafficked women and forced them into pornography. Oh, wow. So you have a lot of money from committing that horrible crime of enslaving people. Yeah, that's me. I'm going to go buy some GameStop now. That's not the type of attention you want, right? Why can't we find people who aren't colossal giant magnets of criminality to like rah on our side. Really just yeah. Squamps. I was too lazy to log into my account to sell GME. Plus, I didn't know what else to do. Winning. Oh, Squamps. I know you work for the post office. My little rural post office is looking for a postmaster. We got this poor lady who's like commuting from White Salmon 4 hours away, who's working as postmaster right now. So I don't know what your career goals are, but if you want to be a postmaster, Rollingbay, Washington might be your spot. Sarah Lee Claw. Super smart. Oh, yeah, the other one. My calls went effing insane. They did. Daphne, are we still looking at huge GME squeeze, 5-6 figures for share, or is that pipe dream? That's moass, baby. That's that. If they have to buy and we don't have to sell, and the market makers have collapsed, the hedge funds have collapsed, anyone who'd be doing all this naked shorting stuff are just blinking out of existence, then they can only buy the legit shares to close this whole thing out. And if we're the only ones with those shares and they got to buy them from us and we don't have to sell, right? Now, the government could come in and say this is going to be some sort of structured agreement and do a settlement and that's it. But if the market works out the way it should, the infinite loss side on the short seller should kick in. Hey, dog, you have a cool dog. I do have a cool dog, and she totally ditched me. She and the cat just left. I think they followed my roommate down to go watch him make lunch or something. Oh, Fred Jones is gifting. Hope Merchant gets membership. Bogu gets one. Future Millionaire, Willie Diaz, and Mr. Oak. Nice. Eventually I'm going to get to the Latinum's question again. I totally have no idea what happened to it. At any rate, I'm in a section of chat I did not see before. Eva cause and explain them for us. For those of us who are clueless, explain them. Did I miss another chat of some kind from you, Ava? I don't know what I'm explaining there. Derek Kohrs, Houston, when do we YOLO our vanguards at GME? That's the stuff you just don't touch. You just let it do its thing, forget about it. It just churns. Slow and steady wins the race. That's the slow and steady wins the race side. And then you have your I'm a degenerate gambler side. Because you have to have something to counter your degenerate gambling side. Because the minute luck will come into effect, right? The minute you go, you know what? I'm going to sell all my vanguards. I'm just going to buy GameStop with it. That's when all hell will break loose and they'll turn off the buy button and screw you over and then you'll be left with nothing. That's just begging for disaster. So you just let that stuff keep churning and doing its thing. And then you have your degenerate gambler side where you play and tinker and you do your never bet more than you're willing to lose stuff. Yeah. Daphne, Andrew Tate is accused of rape and human sex trafficking. I do not want any association with that fame. Pulte has poor judgment, in my opinion. Not all fame is good. Yeah, I mean, it's like when people were woohooing because what's that little farmer bro Skrelly, when he was like all of a sudden into crypto, everyone's like, oh, Skrelly's into crypto, this is awesome, and then he rug pulled everyone. Like, if you tie your leash to a criminal, you're going to be doing crimes with them, or you're going to be the one holding the bag, one or the other. Daphne's talking about Tate is awful, and so many people get swayed by influence and fame. I can't believe people happy he is now associated with GME. People are either super naive or just blind. And Low B says, I agree, not happy with association. Nor am I. Drew, car insurance went down $118 and GME went flying. Great day for me. Fantastic. At least someone's insurance payments are going down. Kim2 says, literally talking about GME on main radio in my car today. Once it starts popping up in the news that the normals here, that's when the FOMO starts really kicking in. Mange Coup, I have AMC calls from January 2024, but they expire January 25. How much would that be? Strike price is $20. I don't know what the price is of AMC $20 ones. Let's look at the... Nope, crap. Open, scroll. There's AMC. AMC's at $6. It's climbing after hours. It's up 16% after hours, so it's doing well today, that's for sure. Its options. We're going to January 2025. Let's see here. $20. Whoops, that's puts. $20 calls. They're up 300% today, so you're up a lot of money. So yeah, you got to go up $14 and earn the money, and that's probably, worth. Is that you get like $2.45 to $3? So it's going to go up another 300 and something percent probably if it gets to $20. If it goes above that, then you're going up $100 for every dollar it goes up. So, yeah, those far away AMC calls are rocketing today. So if you're in those calls, way to go. Stern alert. Tate won't be associated with GME for long because he doesn't know shit about GME and BBYQ. He already started pushing his own shitcoin onto GME people. That will draw people away from him. Yeah, that's the Skrelly effect. The keep me out of Romanian prison coin so I can bribe guards. Then D Biz, is it time to consider a GME? I have no interest in doing that. Justin Kappa TV, what price does GME go to? $500. If GME goes to $500, don't turn off the buy button, it's going to $1,000. And if it goes to $1,000, don't turn off the buy button, it's going to $10,000. If it goes to $10,000, don't turn off the buy button, it's going to $100,000. That's the way I see it. Is there's enough people so pissed off at the system that they will hold on to this just to blow it up. Yeah, they want to be rich, they want to have their money, they want to be able to travel and, pay off their debts and everything else. See their loved ones succeed. But the spite, I think, is what's causing most of this to be held. It's just they're angry and they want to see Ken Griffin, just dissected on national television. Cam2, Morant sucks, but listening to Cole's rant today about how you should sell GME now showed a true clown. Yeah. How much impact can inflation data and the other economic news of this week have on GME? It can have a lot if it drops the SPY, right? If they say inflation is still high, SPY drops, then that makes the assets of the hedge funds drop that much more, which causes the ratio of margin to increase, and that causes margin calls. So if let's say SPY drops 10%, right? SPY drops 10%, that might cause overall assets that they have to drop 5%. And all right, we're gonna go to calculator probably because I'm not gonna be able to do this math in my head. Okay, let's say a company hedge fund has $1 billion, right? They've got $1 billion, and it drops 5%, so it drops by, so they lose $50 million, right? And they had a 30-to-1 leverage, so $30 billion. And now divide that by 950 million. They're now almost 32, leverage 32x. So they're going to have to go out and they're going to have to sell stuff. They're going to have to close positions. And if they're closing positions, that means they're buying GameStop or other short stocks, right? And if they're doing that with cash. And to do that, they got to sell off assets. So they sell off assets, buy GameStop. And then all of a sudden, GameStop's value goes up even more, and their assets drop even more, which causes probably the leverage to get even more out of whack. So now they're at 40 to 1, or like 45 to 1, or 100 to 1, depending on how far it's going, if other hedge funds are getting involved. And then they're just done. They just get seized and liquidated. What they had been doing in 2021 was they get margin called, and a couple of hedge funds would fire some of these shit coins back and forth, raise the market value on them billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, some cases. Like CX coin went to like $400 billion. And then they rug pull it and they make a whole bunch of cash. So we might start seeing a bunch of rug pulls happen with shit coins so that these dudes can make up the $50 million difference they're getting if the SPY drops from a bad EPI. But, you know, what is crypto doing right now? Crypto. Roll down to crypto. Those are ETFs. That's what I'm looking at. I'm on crypto. Crypto's kind of flat right now. There's kind of little wavy lines going on. Bitcoin went up this morning and then it's just kind of flattened out. Same thing with Ethereum. Same thing with ZEC. Looks fairly sideways. I'll be curious to see what happens like at midnight tonight with crypto, especially the shit coins. What are they going to be doing? Hey dog, 20,000 a share, start sweating profusely. Yeah. Okay. Justin Kappa TV's $1,000 GME realistic? Yeah. I think it's very realistic. Again, a short squeeze is a different animal than any market-driven force that you're used to seeing. And you name your price at that point. The trading computers are liquidating hedge funds. They're buying out closing positions as fast as they humanly can, because the faster you just get it over with, the sooner you can just move on with life and everything go back to normal. You don't want this thing dragging out weeks or months. That would be absolutely just detrimental to the entire market as a whole. You can be like, oh, this is a fluke. There's a short squeeze over a couple of days. We start over. But if it's something that goes on for like 2-3 weeks, then that starts to become like, oh my God, the economy is doomed forever. And then it just brings down all the sentiment of the public. But the public can just be like, oh yeah, some weird short squeeze. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to go to my kid's baseball game. And then life moves on. But yeah, $1,000 is very realistic. I think it was headed to $1,000 in January 2021, and they shut off the buy button. And if they'd let it go to $1,000, this would have been over. Everyone would have probably sold their shares, pat themselves in the back, high-fived each other, and be like, oh, look what we did. But because they turned off the buy button, people want blood. They want them destroyed. They want them just drawn and quartered, right? So now it's not, hey, I made $1,000 off this stock. Oh, I'm so awesome. I'm going to take an extra cruise vacation. Now it's, I'm never going to sell unless you die. And that's kind of where they are at. Scott Paul and Jimmy rocketing is absolutely going to influence the Fed decisions for rates. No Fed rate cut in the near future. Oh, I don't think the Fed cuts rates until inflation is at 2% or lower. They just can't. If they cut rates, inflation just goes right back up. We'll shoot 4 or 5% in no time. So they just can't do it. Probably smarter if they raise it a quarter point, just so that the hedge funds go, oh, and just kind of calm them down. Right, monkey? Don't you think so? Come on. There you go, dog. Yes. Show everyone a good side. There it is. Right there. There's the butt of the monkey. David, thank you for all info. Good looking AMC, the rocket moon, exploding bombs. Daphne, please take a moment to like the stream, subscribe, and notifications. Please do. Ty Jones, we should do a charity for all the shorts about to be homeless. A job training program. We could do a charity for like a blue collar job training program. That'd be a good one for this month, so that all the short hedge fund managers can learn to work with their hands and achieve true inner happiness. Because we know that all those Ivy League educations they have are worthless, and that they should be in the trades, learning become an electrician, a plumber, a welder, a blacksmith. Learning how to do framing and construction sites. So that might be a good charity. Yeah, I'll put that one on the back burner. Does USA Jobs, was it Jobs Corps? Did they take donations, or is that all federally funded? I don't know how to pronounce the name. Piotr Moass, Piotr. I don't know how to say that. Water? Whatever. Wade, what's your idea for AMC price channels tomorrow? If GME goes, AMC goes. AMC might. Let's look at the AMC options chain as well. Might as well look at that and see if they're going to be facing some gamma here. AMC options chain, shaboink. Go there. Because I haven't really paid attention to their options chain. So, it looks like they're going to push a lot in the money. They've got some good numbers here. So, they're at $6 currently after hours. So, that's 10, 18, 27, 52... 95, 120, about 123, 124. So that's 12 million shares. Their float is about 250 million. So that's, AMC could actually have some gamma. The big problem is, will Adam Aaron dump 500 million shares into the market? That's the question. If Adam Aaron doesn't do anything, if he doesn't touch anything, if he just stays back and like, I don't know, sits on his thumbs or something, AMC can get some good gamma going. Because that'll be 12 million shares right now. They're currently in the money. They could have another 3 million. So they have up to 15 million shares or so go in the money if they get to $8, which will cause big gamma for AMC as well. So yeah, so they can get on the gamma train if Adam Aaron. Adam, look at me. Look into my eyes right now. Do not dilute. Don't sell a fucking share. Just don't. Do your investors a favor. Let this thing gamma squeeze. Let it get as high as it possibly can for the next couple of weeks. And let's say you do get it up into $20, $30, $40, $50 again. Back to, a $5 stock price 10 months ago. You can then sell some shares. You can probably sell enough shares, what you got left, you can pay off all of your debt and be a profitable company. But if you sell now, it'll never happen. Don't sell a share until that stock price is at least 10x from where it is now. Just cool your jets, man. Chill, baby. That's all you gotta do. Just relax. I don't know. Take a vacation or something. Right? Go visit the stock you own in other companies because you don't have any AMC. So just chill out. That's my advice. All right. Where did that Latinum comment go? I cannot find it to save my life. What the heck? Tomzok E, after hours volume 5.7 million according to MarketWatch. So the average volume has been 4 million. After hours is beating the average volume as of late. That's insane. Cali Bowl Houston convention, would you arrive in a helicopter? Hell no. I would arrive in an Earth roamer, man, or some equivalent thereof, with a snorkel and, you know, a gold sluice. Geminius Houston. Not sure if you've seen it yet, but I've already seen screenshots of Robinhood pulling Lent margin from people. They're sweating now. Yeah, probably. Daphne, using convention Eye of Africa. Donkey Donk seems to be in love with Daphne. Horneat. Houston, little question here. Did you know that maybe Robinhood applied for the 10B18? So Robinhood's doing the buybacks? For GME? I don't know how that would work. Cost volume at 19 million. Yeah, cost is like 2.5 million shares outstanding. So like 19 million volume for them. That to me is the ETF going bonkers. That's 100% the ETF going bonkers. Wait, did I miss the low B memberships? I did. Callie Bull, Poitois Moass, Charlie Brooks, Keith Dixon, Pauco, Anna Rolnick, Bob, Mark Maddox, Pug, and Mario Valdez. Got a couple of them in there. A couple lurkers. How the heck did I miss that? And there's the reset of the chat. God dang it. Ugh. That's one problem with having 500 of you in here is I lose my chat so quickly and then I scroll up and it's just gone. So that's what happened to Latinum. Is that Latinum just vanished. Sir, oh, I did miss a whole bunch. Sir Barther, check out The Body, A Guide for Occupants by Bill Bryson for a fantastic crash course in anatomy. Okay. All right. The Body, A Guide for Occupants. I'm going to write that one down. The Body, A Guide for Occupants. Noted. It's one of those cool ones that has like the overlay film pictures and things so you can like see the different layers of the human body. Okay. Jason Blackwell, Lobie caught me hanging out in the lurker pool. Okay, that's this chunk I saw. So Latinum, I may have lost your question forever, because I don't see it in here. Okay, that was the crayon green one. I did that. I scrolled down. That's the low B lurker fishing. Low B Daphne, I'm a woman looking for fish today. Horny, what's the big boom on Reddit about Peruvian Bull speaking about GME did a 10B18 SEC rule? There's a weird rule that you can do buybacks under 10B18 in a single day, as long as they don't do more than 25% of the float. And I'm sure it's average float or total float for the day. No, sorry, float. Volume. 25% of the volume. I'm not sure if it's average volume or total volume for that day. And they can do the buyback and buy a bunch of shares and cause all sorts of volatility to happen. So that looks like that's maybe what happened. I wish I could afford a Bloomberg terminal and I could look at these things myself. I know there's like some sort of free Bloomberg thing, but I lost the link for that. I have no idea where it is. William Jones, Rise of the Kingdom 8's May 10th release this movie, same day as Roaring Kitty liked Run Roll 1 post. That's a good timing to have an ape movie when this is all happening. Scott Pollen, GME hasn't purchased 100 million shares. They have $100 million available for share purchases at RC discretion. Today, they repurchased maybe 1 million shares, yet to be confirmed by GameStop disclosures. So, if they did, then they got about a third of what they can purchase. A Dog says the most interesting theory today is that Genie is a distraction for something bigger. I'm going to enjoy the Genie ride though. Take it while you can, man. Take it while you can. Scott Pollen says Bloomberg Terminal does make mistakes, so we need to wait and hear from the company itself. And Matt 10 Q's out. Let me guess. They're, I don't know, going to start burning their employees with cigarettes or something. Jimmy running again? Let's go back and like I need like 10 more monitors up here, like one of those true trade masters. Jimmy's over 34.11. So it is running again. So now officially, after hours, every single solitary call option for these monthlies is in the money. Oh, just dropped below 34. Interesting. Chin stroking. No more thumb twiddling. We are in chin stroking zone. Chin stroking only. And because on YouTube I can't stroke the other things I need to stroke right now from all of the excitement we've had today. So stroking the chin it is. Look at the butt chin. Look at the butt chin. Look at that right there. Okay. Chop on. There's a massive gamma ramp for options on GME, and the way your hedge short calls, sold calls, is by buying shares. GME buying 1 million shares could easily result in 100 million volume from the other firms. Yep. BlackBerry pumping. BlackBerry is part of that 2021 thing. I think everything in that basket, that 2021 basket, is going to just go bonkers. Your Nokias, your BlackBerries, your AMCs, GME, COS, Ader, Expert, I think declared bankruptcy. Who else was in that bad? Let's look at the. Oh shoot! No, don't close it. Go back. Who else was freaking rocketing today? UPS went up a lot today. Finger went up quite a bit. GNS went up. AMC went up. MMAT had weird volatility also. Highcroft Mining went up. Newegg had a good day. Ader had a good day. COS had a really good day. BlackBerry was up. Clove was up. Nokia had a big jump about the same time that everyone else did, and then they went flat. How much did Nokia go up today? Only 2%, but they went green. All the banks went red. All the banks were very red today. Goldman Sachs red, JP Morgan red, Bank of America red, Wells Fargo red. Interesting. Okay. Daphne, I called out the Andrew Tate thing today and was basically told to keep my mouth shut. Fuck that. No, seriously. Like, when shitty people are shitty, call it out. That is the greatest thing you can do as a human being. It takes the most gumption you can, because you know people will attack you. They'll be like, "How dare you say that man traffics women?" Because he does. He's really crappy. He's a terrible person. So, yeah, I will say Andrew Tate traffics women. Andrew Tate should be in prison, and I'm glad Andrew Tate will likely be going to prison. I don't need Andrew Tate to pump something that's going to pump anyway. We can find cool people to do that stuff for us if they're going to jump on board. But yeah, Andrew Tate doesn't need to be one of them. Did I miss? Oh, Bakon. Bakon. Do you think AMC is still in the basket? Yes, AMC is definitely still in the basket. If they're in the same ETF, they're still in the basket. So if GameStop's pumping and pushing that basket up, then everything else is going to pump with it. Sad Boy Incorporated, GME's climbed to $35 after hours. Did I just run again? And while I was looking at this thing, 34.40. Looks like it's going. Damn, monkey. Damn. I cannot wait to get my weeklies this Friday. You know how exciting it's going to be? It's going to be so exciting. It's going to be so exciting that I think we get another treat. I get another treat. That's how excited I am to buy weeklies this Friday. That's what I'm doing, monkey. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna buy so many weeklies this Friday. Get up here. Come get it. Come get it. Show everyone what just a lovely little creature you are. Chew that up. Chew it up. Chew it up. Chew it up. Come on, get this one here. This one's tall. That one's tall. Oh yeah, stretch it. Show everyone your gray little chin. There we go. Stinky beef. Stinky beef celebration time. Oh my goodness. $35. Just looking at that options chain. So good. So good, monkey. So good. All right. Okay. Love Stars went 50% AMC, 50% GME all in. Nice. SJ's here. Good day, everyone. How is it down under? Do you have a good day down under? Vernolk. I doubt Robinhood and company can turn off payment for order flow and go direct to exchange because they don't have access to it. I'm wondering if let's say Robinhood that does it, but Apex who does it, right? Because Apex is the exchange that all these payment for order flow fools go through, and I wonder if they're the ones who would have to do it because it's the only way they can survive. Right? If the stock price is going 100, 110, 130, 160, 300, right? There's no way you're going to be able to buy that stock at a lower price and get it to the customer. You're just going to lose billions, especially if the volume is, 500 million shares in a day, right? If you're losing $1 on every single trade, you're losing hundreds of millions of dollars. But it's probably losing $5 to $10 in every single trade at that point. So you're probably losing billions. They have to have some sort of solution for that. They just have to. Alluring Azay. Daddy, perhaps a better approach is to not try to control the narrative around it and who gets to parrot it. The more important part is the facts of the situation, like shorts never close. That's the part that everyone should be focusing on. For true. Lee Meadows. I love to play with options, but I'm in the UK and not found any brokers that offer options trading UK. Really? I guess other places in the world, it's hard to. I don't think about that. So buy and hold. I guess that's the method you got to go for over there. A-Dog, he was the original owner of the Wu-Tang unreleased CD. Yeah, Tales from the Shaolin, I can't remember what it's called. And it's now owned by, is it Pleaser DAO that has it? We think Ryan Cohen might be part of that. I seriously, I loved the tinfoil theory that a digital dividend for GameStop was going to be access to the lost Wu-Tang album. That was, I wish they had done that. William Jones, did you see New York Stock Exchange implemented new halt rules as related to any stock doing a reverse split just this May 11th? Huh. No, I had not seen that. Because normally they announce, we're going to do a reverse split, and they just hammer the stock price down until the reverse split happens. So I can imagine, we're going to do a reverse split, and they just go, no trading until the reverse split, and it just holds that way. That'd probably be better for everybody. All right. Tyler T, once I noticed what the price was, I had to pop back in and say hi. Well, hello. Hello. William Jones, that RC tweet about Cheerios, perhaps he was really complaining about oats soon getting replaced by a cat. Speaking of cat, some sites report 5/28 implementation, but FINRA seems to suggest July. Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was 5/31, but I could be totally wrong. Bakon, got a weird feeling DK Butterfly is going to hit left flank while all the attention is gone. Man, I hope so. add to the perfect storm, man. Add to the perfect storm. Why not? Make it all happen. Make it rock and roll. Fire on all cylinders, Powell doctrine, overwhelming force. That's the type of stuff that you need to be firing with. Just, let loose. We see the whites of their eyes. Fire. Just go for it. Rock and roll. Jimmy's at 35. Fantastic. Let's do it. Right, Monkey? Right, you got 4 treats today. And you probably got some from the roommate, right? It's a good day. You have no idea why. You're just like, man, it's a good day. Been a long while. How's William Morgan? William Morgan's in the chat today. Backstage RC, Wade, please help me out. I sold 75% of my GME calls. There's no BBYQ for now. If in theory IEP buys BBBY, then merge with GME, forcing shorts to close, would IEP benefit from a short squeeze? I think IEP is heavily shorted. I have a feeling that ICANN has taken his chunk of ownership. He owns like 85% of the company or something crazy like that, and sent it over as collateral to be held by another institution, so that it's no longer considered insider shares, even though he owns them. It's weird things happening. And he could do massive buys of his own stock and not be considered insider trading at this point because of the weird proxy rules. So yeah, I think IEP is a very good candidate for a short squeeze at some point, for sure. Is GameStop the new gold standard? No doubt. King Griffin tried to buy the Miami Dolphins for $10 billion. Ono told him to kick rocks. I almost had to figure out a new NFL team. That's good. I'm glad they did. DOS 2024. Why did GME halt today and the AMC did not? Both the New York Stock Exchange. Did AMC not halt today? I was not paying attention. I'll be honest. I was not paying attention at all. So I was staring at the GME ticker all day long and not looking at anything else. B-Rad. I never sold when AMC hit its highs. Think I'll ever make it back up there? It's got to get to $770 to get there. That's a long... You got more than 100x to go. If for some reason Adam Aaron just does not dilute... Adam, don't dilute. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. If he doesn't dilute, he can enjoy this gamma ramping. He might be able to get the stock price up to tens of dollars at that point. But I don't know if it's going to get to $770 personally. I don't see that happening. I could be totally wrong, but my guess is Adam Aaron would dilute long before then and just kick it all back down again. He's like, hey, listen to Houston Wade. Adam, listen to me. Don't dilute, you ding dong. You didn't listen to me last time. When I said don't sell any ape shares, wait for T plus 90 to do its thing. Don't sell a single one of these things. Don't. You didn't listen to me. You sold 300 million of them at like a 15% discount to a short hedge fund, and you killed the entire game. Like, don't. Just don't do it. If you're going to sell those ape shares, you'll sell them for $10, right? Sell 300 million of those suckers at $10. You got $3 billion. You just paid off like 80% of your bonds. But no, you had to wait until the price went down, and then you sold to an evil company, right? Who screwed up your entire reverse split thing and held up in the courts for months because you just didn't use your brain. Just don't sell. I know your fingers itching for that trigger, and you're like, oh man, I really want to release another 200 million shares in the market. Just don't do it. Just lay off. Just lay off. Let your shareholders have a win, man. Just let them. Let them have a win and wait. That's all you have to do. Wait. Thomas Dubois is here. Adele, you just don't sell, you schmuck. Kung Fuzi, Hedgies, and Adam Aaron planning to sabotage this run. That's my fear. Hasn't stopped them in the past from doing that. Okay. Oh, and there's the reset of the chat again. So that was Bakan, Laza. Okay, there we go. All right. William Jones, no insider buys with their own money, always sells. That is AMC. Adam Aaron's 2022 compensation totaled $23.7 million, including a base salary of $1.5 million, $6 million cash bonus. And he sold everything. Adele Idris, today's cost volume was 394 times more than average. Cost does some goofy crap because it's in the same ETF basket as GameStop, and they're incredibly shorted. They don't have an options chain, but they benefit along with the options chain of everyone else at this point. Bakan only got 50 GME shares. Am I going to make it? Well, if the prices go into the cajillions, yes. If they turn off the buy button, well, you'll make more than you have now. So that's always a benefit. But oh crap! I'm being told by my producer that I'm running over time. I gotta get going. I'll see you guys Wednesday, and if really cool weird things happen tomorrow, I'll make sure to jump on for a short show. But I want you guys to have a great afternoon. Just high five each other and pet the dogs, give them all treats. Offer to mow the old lady across the street's lawn. Do all sorts of things to help people. And I'll catch you guys later. All right? Yeah. Which button should I push? We did that button. We did that button. We didn't do butterfly. Let's end on a butterfly. Oh, there it goes. Camera says Jimmy well over 35. Fantastic. 35.4. Excellent. All right.
Houston, we have a problem.